Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, and as always, I bring you guys awesome interviews. And today it is an honor and privilege to welcome back for a second time on the show, Mr. Mark Slaughter. Of course, he's the vocalist of Slaughter, but he's doing his solo stuff right now. He has a new album, Halfway There, out May 10th in Japan via EMP Universal, and U.S. release date is May 26th on the EMP Label Group. This is a follow-up to 2015's independently released Reflections in a Rearview Mirror. And if you guys have not heard any of his solo stuff, you guys are sadly mistaken and missing out on some great music. So, Mark, how's it going, my man?
It's going great. Just sitting in the studio right now and just, chilling with guitar in my hand. All is good.
That's awesome. That's the life right there, folks. That's
It is.
I'd love to do that, but you're better than I am, so I'll leave it to you. So, what's impressed you the most about making a new album Halfway There? What's caught your eye or impressed you the most about it, man?
I think the main thing is with this record, comparatively to the other record, is this one is made for an album. It's made for basically it's made for vinyl. And, and that is really one of those things that, it really does have that album old school feel. And I think that was really the whole idea when I was doing this record, is to have that classic, heavy rock and roll sound. And, I'm really happy with the end outcome of this. There's a lot of time spent on it and a lot of love put into it. And certainly I think it comes across in, the finished product.
Now, you co-produced with John Cranfield. He's worked with AFI, Andy Grammer, plus I thought this is really cool. You worked with art by famed horror/album artist Mr. Sam Sharon, who's worked with Rob Zombie, Iron Maiden, Kiss, and the famous Clive Barker. That's impressive, my friend. How was working with John on the album, plus and doing the artwork with the Sam?
Well, the record itself, as far as the production, I did all the producing on it.
Okay.
I did the recording. John actually recorded the drums.
Okay.
And he mixed it. So as far as the arranging and the songwriting and all that, that's pretty much, in the guitar playing and half the bass playing and the keys and et cetera. It was all done here in Tennessee. But we've been shooting, through the cyber world, shooting tracks back and forth all over the place. And he did an incredible job mixing it. And I think that was one of the things of John. And he certainly got the whole mindset of where I was going for an old school record.
Any songs off the new album that stand out more to you than any on it, if possible, as of right now, man?
It just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for, a real heavy, the real heavy stuff, Devoted is real heavy. Hey You is more of a kind of a classic Slaughter sensibility to it. Halfway There is kind of an epic classic rock kind of ballady, mid-level ballad. Forevermore could have been off one of the Slaughter records. And a lot of the other stuff was really, not predictable. Conspiracy is very heavy. There's, very different tonality done in it. And Disposable has a lot of the old, kind of the Beatles feel to it. It has a very, late 60s feel to it. But, when it busts into the whole band, it's big and classic sounding, but not staying too far back, So I think that, part of the stuff that I listened to as a young child, and, I really tried to remake that into a record form. And certainly the end result is actual vinyl and a record that is something I'm very, very proud of.
I know that you're not inventing the wheel on this. I know that for sure. But how much growth musically, Mark, have you seen yourself go through going the solo route from Reflections in a Rearview Mirror to the release of Halfway There? Can you tell musically that you've grown more as a solo artist, possibly?
I think I have. And I think that I also have a little bit more of a, how should I put it, a vision of where I wanted to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key. Understanding where I wanted to go with it, understanding the what the end result would be. I had a little bit more of a vision because I've been through this. Look, it's very hard for one person to come up with every side of it to have the to sound different through it all, but still sound the same. It's kind of that hard balance that we all as artists try to do, is to make our work seem like our work, but don't go too far, but actually update it and grow as an artist. So there's a little bit more colors put into this, but than the other records, but it doesn't separate from where I came from and the structure of how I do things.
Right, and especially where you're doing it on your own too. That's crazy, man. A lot of respect for you to do that, because some would even just run away from it. But no. Get me some it is pretty crazy in that side of it. It is it's just slammed down, and again, it's very honest in its end result, and that's the key with it. That's what it should be. When you're artist, you stay true to what you do. And, gladly I think that's the end result. I think it is very honest and very true. How has been working with EMP Label Group, man, signing with them? How's that been so far?
It's been great. I mean, we'll see how it all goes when it's all out and done. But I mean, I think we're getting the word out. I think people are, getting to know that this is coming, and it's going to, kick them right in the butt. And I think people have heard enough of the music to know, oh, okay, so this is not going to be just a typical thing. This is going to have some dynamics that I didn't expect. And I think people are hearing that, and I think people are seeing that.
What helps you keep your mind fresh and open to lyrics that you've not done before, and especially what helps you keep you focused on putting this together?
Ultimately, I think that it is the focus to me is probably just staying true to where I came from first and foremost, and then also making you thinking as a music fan, what would I want to hear from what I've done in the past, and how does it fit in where I came from to now? Am I going too far out, or am I just making sure that I'm going in the way and in the positive motion, instead of away from where I came from, but basically embracing it.
What do you hope the fans take away from this new album once they start to listen to it and digest this, Mark?
I hope that people will hear this record as a part of their soundtrack, that it's something that they that becomes something that just like the music that I grew up with, that it becomes part of their life. That's what you want as an artist. You hope that people actually get that, and that they go, oh man, that reminds me of this, and it becomes like their soundtrack. You go out to the lake with your buddies, or you go out, meet an incredible girl or whatever it is. You're hoping that those songs actually relate to what you're going through in life.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And I think that's when music lives a long time and actually becomes a part of somebody's life, that's when it actually becomes, I wouldn't say it's more popular, but as an artist, you've done your job. Your music has touched the heart and has done something there that the time stamps, their life as well as yours.
I'm going to say this right now, and I absolutely love this song, what you guys did earlier in your days with Slaughter. Like the other night, no joke, I was sitting here jamming out to Fly High to the Angels acoustic version.
Uh-huh.
No shit, man. I absolutely can turn that song on and just be like, God, that's fucking awesome.
Well, I think the key is with it is look, it's a timestamp.
Yeah.
It's a place where you were. It's where it's also, you go, man, that just totally takes me to that good place.
Yeah.
That's what I hope this new music does. And I think that if people give it a shot and really listen through it, I think they'll get it.
Well, it'll definitely be played on here. That's for sure. That is for sure, my friend.
I appreciate that.
What can fans expect at a show from you when they come out to see you live with this?
If it's in a solo side, I think that it's going to be heavier, a lot more intricate, and a little bit more mindful. Slaughter is the entertainment side, and certainly has its circus sides of things, and that's the beauty of that. But I think that doing my doing the solo stuff, I think I'm really focusing in on the arrangements and really trying to play even more intensely within the songs that are being done out there. So I think it'll sound great. I think people will get a kick out of the songs, and certainly I'll be doing a few Slaughter songs, but I'm really pushing the new stuff, and hopefully, people will get it.
I want to talk about the digital era that we're in right now of recording albums. Do you like this, Mark, or would you just rather go back and put out the old albums the way they are, the way they used to be? I know you were still in the studio and everything, but do you like the digital era that we're in right now with music?
Well, I do, because I have it at my house, which means that if I wake up at 3 a.m. and have an idea, I can just basically, wipe the sleep out of my eyes, come in, turn on my rig, and create a song. And, many of the songs that are on this record were created in that fashion that, again, music doesn't have a 9-to-5 way. It just comes to you as it comes to you. And in that, I think that's part of the, what I wouldn't have if I just went into a recording studio. I wouldn't have that unless I did a lockout. But, that's not a typical thing.
What made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for you that said, that's what I want to do?
I think that for me, I just always wanted, I always loved music. It was always something that I was moved to. I got it. I was like, oh man, that's awesome. And I listened to records. I'd sit and just listen. So it's just a natural thing to me that I had that interest even at a very young age. Records were everything to me as a kid. In fact, if I behaved well at the end of the week, most kids would get money. I'd get a 45 record. I got to go pick a 45 record out of whatever I wanted. Uh-huh. That was what I got. Clean my room, 45 records. So, man, my room was clean. I got my 45s. So I think that's, really what I think I pull into this record is I remember that. I never had a substance abuse problem in any side of it. So I remember every aspect of my life in that side of it. And certainly in that, I can revisit those things that moved me that way.
What's it mean to you to this day when you receive emails from fans or prior to the shows or after the shows? They'll tell you that your music has pulled them through a bad experience or gave them inspiration to overcome something or just made them relax the everyday bullshit that we go through, man. Still to this day, what's it mean to you?
Well, it means everything to me. I mean, I think that's one of the things that you want as an artist is to make it to where, you make music and it becomes part of somebody's life. That's what you're as an artist, that's what you want, is their art to be part of their life. And, again, that's all you can hope for. To me, it's a dream come true. And I do care. I do care what happens with people and how songs have moved them or what it reminds them of, because, that's also a learning lesson to me is, to what it is that people are saying or thinking. So I know, how to keep continuously making art that actually goes that distance.
Is there a moment that sticks out to in your mind more than any that you can recall being part of Slaughter or maybe your solo stuff that you're on stage and going, wow, man, I can't believe this is happening, or they know all the lyrics to this song? I mean, can you think of anything maybe?
I think probably in that side of it, it was really crazy to me when I heard I was driving down the strip in Las Vegas, and as I was just sitting at the strip at the stoplight, somebody was listening to my record next to me, and they had it just cranked up, and they're rocking out to it, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. I mean, I think that's when it hit me probably stronger than anything else, because that way I knew it was in somebody's life. And it's a difference when you make music and you wonder if it touches people. There might be a few people that write you, but when it's just somebody who's like the guy next door, so to speak, which it was in the car next to me, I was like, wow, that's cool. So that was one of the times that I think that I realized, wow, that's awesome.
Folks, this new album is going to be out May 10th in Japan and also May 26th in the U.S. Please go out and get this album. Hell, go out and get the Reflections in a Rearview Mirror or the old Slaughter stuff. This is great. I'm just going to say great American music. honestly. So pick this up, give this a chance. I guarantee you'll like this. So Mark, thank you for your music over the years.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for your support through all the years as well with the solo stuff, and obviously with Slaughter. And look forward to seeing everybody out on the road. And this will also be available on iTunes and Amazon and all the other typical places. But check your retail and keep looking for that vinyl, folks. If you're into vinyl, this record was made for it. So go ahead and get you one and turn it up real loud. Your neighbors will enjoy it.
How can folks stay in touch with you to keep up with your tour dates and things like that? How can they do that?
They could go to my Facebook, the Mark Slaughter Official, and you can see it up there. Also, markslaughter.com, slaughterusa.com. Also, you can go through the EMP Label Group to order any of the newer music on vinyl or CD, etc.
Good sir, before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for my show?
I would love to do a promo for your show. What do we got? Hey, this is Mark Slaughter, and you're rocking. You are digging the heavy stuff. You're only going to get it right here on BODS Mayhem Hour. Thanks for listening. We'll see you out on the road.
Everybody stick around. Got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. Thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you out on the road.